Morgan Ortagus joins us now. She is the former spokesperson at the State Department. Morgan, are we now in a prolonged hostage situation?
Well, it looks like we have a few hundred Americans left at a minimum. I've been working this in my spare time over the past 2 weeks. Many of us former Trump administration officials have banded together to do so. And I know just anecdotally that even I was flagged for at least 2 or 3 different people who were still trying to get American citizens out. So we need a lot of answers from our government. I mean, the evacuations basically stopped over the weekend. You just talked about the American University of Afghanistan. I was on their fundraising board for many years. These situations are still tragic. So while I rejoice in a lot of the families I was able to help get out, it's sort of unbelievable, Stuart, the number of emails and texts I'm still getting about Americans, green card holders, and other civs who have been left behind.
Now, one more for you, Morgan. The president once again turned his back on reporter questions. I want you to just watch this, please. Roll it.
I'm not supposed to take any questions, but go ahead.
Mr. President, on Afghanistan,
I'm not going to answer Afghanistan now.
can you say if there's still an acute
Okay.
risk, like this was, sir?
Go ahead.
Morgan, Morgan, I don't get it. I'm not supposed to take questions on Afghanistan. What's your judgment right now of the president's leadership?
Listen, it's infuriating, Stuart. One of the key competencies that we require of a president is that they can handle multiple crises at a time. And we certainly have a crisis right now in New Orleans and Louisiana, and we are praying for all of our fellow Americans there. But we still have 14 dead Americans and other injured that have just returned from Afghanistan. We still are getting the remaining people out, and we still have Americans trapped behind enemy lines. So you can't just say, well, I don't feel like answering that today. I want to focus on the hurricane. That's not how things work. What about the families? What about the families of the embassy employees who are still there? What about the remaining military elements who are still there? What about the families of the American citizens who are still there? If you're going to be the president, I don't know who this magical person is in your ear telling you not to take questions, but it's embarrassing. He repeats this on a daily basis.
It looks like we've got a hostage situation, and it looks like we might have to buy them out. Do you see it working like that?
If that happens, Stuart, if we do that with the Taliban, if we promise them the $9.5 billion that the government of Afghanistan has in reserves in the United States, among other things, there will be a bounty on the head of every American around the world. We have never negotiated with terrorists, and if we start paying people off to get Americans out, if we do that with the Taliban, every time an American travels overseas, there will be a bounty on our head going forward. It is one of the most irresponsible things that any president could do. And I think that there will be a bipartisan outrage if President Biden tries to do that, and I will be chief among them calling them out.
Morgan Ortagus, thanks for joining us on an important day. Much appreciated. See you again soon.
Thanks, Stuart.